Let's now go to the KwaZulu-Natal province. Heavy snow has led to road closures in that province. The Provincial Department of Transport says several roads have been closed. Now, these including the N2 between Kokstad and Harding and the R617 between Kokstad and Pietermaritzburg. Motorists have also been urged to delay their trips to the Kokstad area as a number of trucks are stuck on the route, are causing congestion there. Gale-force winds and strong gusts have caused damage to property in Verulam, north of Durban. Trees were uprooted and roofs were ripped off when strong winds tore through parts of that area. This follows an orange level 5 warning for damaging winds in parts of KwaZulu-Natal issued by the South African Weather Service. The latest alert comes as areas such as Kokstad and Anderburg in the southern Drakensberg area experienced heavy snowfall, which has led to the closure of major routes and parts of the N2. Weather forecaster Masego Nhlapo says the wind gusts are expected to reach speeds of 100 kilometers per hour, which could lead to serious damage. Now I have invited the KwaZulu-Natal Cogta MEC, Thulasizwe Buthelezi, to give us an update on the situation on the ground. MEC, a very good afternoon to you and thank you so much for your time. So we understand, of course, that there has been severe damage, at least in several parts of the country. Give us the situation on the ground in KwaZulu-Natal. There too, of course, several roads have been closed.
Good afternoon, Unati, and the viewers at home. Indeed, in KwaZulu-Natal, the weather conditions are dreadful, with snow covering most parts of the province, especially on the N2, around the towns of Kokstad, the towns of Anderburg, and strong gale winds, which have really damaged many homes and destroyed schools in places such as Harding and also in Pietermaritzburg, where schools have been severely affected, and in Harding, where 4 learners were injured when the roof was blown off. Fortunately, we do not have any casualties up to now, but indeed we remain under siege because the weather is still going to be very inclement for a prolonged period. We are, as you have reported, requesting our motorists to stay off the road, and for those who are on the road, to be very careful as the road conditions remain very dangerous. Our disaster management teams are on the ground. We activated them last week, Friday, when the early warning system kicked in to say that there will be severe weather. And we are glad to report that throughout the province, in areas like Pietermaritzburg, in areas like eThekwini, our disaster teams are on the ground and are responding to the incidents which have been reported.
Yeah, I mean, MEC, the situation is looking particularly dire, especially when you look at provinces like the Eastern Cape. But let's go back to what, you are seeing in Harding, particularly when it relates to those that have been injured. You mentioned 4 pupils that have been injured. Just give us a scenario there in terms of how severe their injuries were and where are they now in terms of just getting that treatment?
Well, fortunately, the community was able to respond, and those learners are being treated at St. Andrew's Hospital in Harding, because at the school, the roof blew off because of the strong winds. And in many parts of the province, we are experiencing winds which has been exacerbated by the loss of power, because the Eskom power lines in many areas have been damaged, have been uprooted, and therefore it's a double tragedy of the snow and also having no power at the same time. We have responded with blankets, with food, and our public facilities remain open. And we urge our residents particularly to be extra vigilant, because especially in the informal settlements like the Kennedy settlement in eThekwini, they are prone to fire disasters because of the type of lighting they use and the way they use to warm themselves, which is quite dangerous. Therefore, throughout the province, we do remain on alert, and our teams are on the ground to assist any casualties or any victims in case they occur.
Yeah, MEC, I know that you said that it's not a clear line because of network issues there. I would imagine it's related to the cold. But I want to just ask you this final question as we wrap up our conversation. You, of course, are saying that you remain under siege, but that your disaster teams are on the ground. How difficult is it for them to navigate during this time? Because we are also hearing that a lot of community members are having to step up and actually also be doing the rescuing and assisting of those that are in need.
Well, the province of KwaZulu-Natal is now prone to disasters, as we saw last year. And as a result of last year's incidents, we are better prepared now. We have our social partners who are working with us. Our municipalities are working hand in hand with the Department of Transport, Department of Cogta, so that we take our people to safety, but more importantly, so that we save lives. Therefore, we are confident that the disaster management plans that we have put into place are adequate to respond to any eventuality.
Yeah, MEC, thank you so much for your time. Really do appreciate it. MEC there for Cogta in KwaZulu-Natal, Thulasizwe Buthelezi.